Hello and welcome to a talk about Holy Cross Sixth Form College. My name's Damian Hornsby, and part of my role at the college has been in charge of the admissions process, which if you as an individual are interested in a place with us in September of 2021, I'll certainly be engaged in that with you over the coming weeks and the coming months. What I'd like to do is to give you an overview, first and foremost, of our academic provision, but also want to talk to you in some detail about the overall experience that our students can certainly tap into, and we hope will gain great things from during their 2 years with us. To begin with, therefore, just to have a little look at, if we can, an overview of the courses and the routes that you can take. For most students who apply to us for a particular September start, they'll be looking at an advanced level, a level 3 programme. And that's down the left-hand side of the slide that you may be able to see now. There is a separate route, a level 2 route, level 2 BTEC, GCSE route, which I'll say a little bit more about as we progress through the presentation. But I do want you to understand that whichever route you take, whether you start with advanced level or you're taking a little bit longer to get to that particular stage, there is a progression through to that, what we call a progression year, which will enable you move on to advanced level work at the appropriate time for you. In terms of the advanced level provision that we have at Holy Cross College, this is our niche. This is where certainly most of our students focus their time, their energies once they start with us in the September, and they have a choice to make from 40 advanced level subjects, predominantly A levels, but not exclusively. And I think what's very, very important to be very clear about from the outset is that we are looking at these level 3 BTECs and the A levels as being highly equivalent to one another. Students who choose from this particular list, in almost all cases, will be studying 3 subjects over a course of 2 years. Now, whether that's 3 A levels or 3 of the BTECs, or indeed a mixture of the two, depending on what your preferences are and your particular choices and where they are looking to take you, it's those 3 subjects, many of which you're already very familiar with because of what you're dealing with now at GCSE and your level 2 course at high school. The mathematics, English language, literature, the sciences, history, geography, a number of options that you'll have taken as part and parcel, maybe often at the start of year 10, where you've chosen to choose particular subjects you want to follow for the following 2 years. However, there are, when you study the list, an extensive list of brand new subjects that you won't have had access to before. Things like psychology, criminology, economics, accounting, law, a number of others. And really what we're starting to do is to engage in a conversation here to help you become informed about the choices you're going to make. And what we want from that, what we want for you, is to ensure that you choose subjects which are going to reflect what you're good at, what you enjoy doing, but very importantly as well, which will maintain access to future career paths that you want to develop. Now, that might be at university, it might be employment at the age of 18, it might be a higher level apprenticeship, but these are different routes that you as an individual will look to take depending on what it is you want and how you want that to develop. To come along to Holy Cross to study an advanced level course of 3 subjects, the minimum requirement that you will need when you complete your GCSE programme this academic year are 5 grade 4s or above, and they must include at least one of GCSE mathematics or one of the GCSE Englishes. That's the minimum requirement you're going to need. If that profile is realistic, then you will have access to the vast majority of the advanced level subjects that we offer here at Holy Cross. However, it is important to recognise that there are a number of subjects that have a requirement above a grade 4. Now, to some extent, you'll need to do this specific research for yourself, so you are aware of that, certainly as you make an application, certainly when you accept any offer further down the line or consider enrolling with us next August or September time. Give you some examples. A-level economics and accounting both require a grade 5 in maths at GCSE. If you want to study Spanish, French or German at A-level, you will need to get a grade 5 in those subjects at GCSE also. A-level mathematics requires a grade 6 in maths at GCSE, and to a very large extent A-level science is demand a similar profile, grade 6 in maths and 6s in the science GCSE programme. There's a lot of information available to you via our website, and indeed opportunities you'll have to engage with staff and indeed students who currently study with us to find out more about the individual subjects, those requirements, how well they work together. Are there particular subjects that you need to do to access a particular career long term? All of this is something that you need to do to develop a good understanding, to become very informed about the subjects you wish to study, where they're going to lead you, and how you're hoping to develop those in the time with us. I mentioned earlier in the presentation that we also provide a level 2 programme for students who, when they arrive with us in September, for a wide range of reasons, maybe haven't achieved a set of results that they are particularly pleased with, or they had hoped to actually complete their time at high school with. What we look to do here is to provide you with an opportunity to spend a year just to strengthen and broaden and develop that particular base. And from the slide that you'll be able to access here, you would be choosing to do 4 subjects from this list. Maybe 1 or 2 resits, 1 or 2 brand new subjects, as I say, to enhance what you start with in the September, to enable you to move on to an advanced level programme for a further 2 years beyond that. What we'd like to do now is just to take 2 or 3 minutes out of this presentation to show you the video that we have, which is intended to give you an accurate overview of the experiences and the facilities that our students enjoy on a regular basis with us now. The intention is to give you a flavour, and we hope very much that during the course of this academic year there will be opportunities for you, for your parents, for your carers to come and spend time with us on site, to meet staff, meet students, to have a look around, to gauge the facilities and to get a real feel for what this environment is about, what this environment offers in terms of the day-to-day experience. One of the factors which are going to be really important, is going to be really important for you in that context, are the results that students at individual colleges are currently and are regularly achieving. Because in 2 or 3 years down the road, these are the kind of profile of results that you're likely therefore to achieve yourself. For us at the college, a huge focus of where we invest our time and our energies is the teaching and learning for the students. That experience they gain in the classroom is an absolute key focus for us as an institution. And if we get that right, our students, even in a short time, will develop incredibly important skills to a very high level, and those can be used to give access and to be employed in a range of different areas in their future careers. This summer just gone, to give you a little bit of an overview of where we're at with our results from 2020, pass rate at A-level was 99.5%, and that's really impressive, really positive. But actually of more importance are the quality of the results behind that headline figure. And if you look at this particular data here, almost 2/3, 64% of all of the A-level grades earned in the summer of 2020 were at A* to B. These are the high grades that will be used as currency to move into the relevant university courses, to gain access to employment and a range of different areas as well. These results were outstanding and ensured that we will retain, we hope certainly, our status as one of the top 10 colleges in the country, certainly for value-added results which we've enjoyed over recent times. In terms of our advanced level BTEC results, equally outstanding, 100% pass rate in 2020. And I think on top of that, to add to it, is information in terms of what you may be able to see on the screen now. So looking at that in terms of, of the 6 advanced level courses that we offer at level 3 BTEC, 5 of those, all of the grades were at distinction star, distinction or merit. It's outstanding. And our students are using this, as I say, to open access to a range of different career paths for them. You need to find out what all colleges are achieving, not just the headline figures of pass rates, but indeed the quality of the results behind those, because it is the quality of those that will really make the difference from further down the line. And that's, to a large extent, our track record currently. It's not for everybody in terms of moving on to Oxford or Cambridge, or indeed medicine, veterinary or dentistry. But the point we want to make in regards to this particular set of data here is that if you have aspirations in whatever field, in whatever area, there are systems and structures and support in place that will work towards enabling you to gain access to that. This summer, 9 students left us to go on to Oxford or Cambridge University. And as I said, it's not for everybody, but for individuals like many of yourselves who might be thinking about this, or indeed are considering careers in medicine, dentistry, veterinary science, or more broadly in the medical fields, pharmacy, physiotherapy, and a range of others, law, etc., etc. There are, as I say, aspirations on your part that we want to help meet and enable you to achieve. And that's the key thing there. This track record of supporting our students to achieve those particular outcomes, as I say, year on year, is outstanding. And we're incredibly proud of the work that colleagues do here to enable our students to achieve that. Some of the areas that were touched upon in the video that you saw a little bit earlier in this presentation, relate to the experience that the students have while they're with us. And a big part of that is performing arts, hugely important area, touches lots of different subjects throughout the college, not just the specific ones in relation to the A-levels in the drama and theatre studies and the dance and the music and so forth, but very, very broad in terms of the experience of the individual students themselves. These images here from West Side Story, the big production that we did back in 2019. It was a fabulous show, wonderful event. And this particular one here is the cast from that particular show. And there's about 100 students engaged in that. Obviously those who were performing on stage, those in the orchestra, those behind the scenes who are doing the lighting, the makeup, the front of house, all of those roles that contribute to an overall experience for those who come in the audience to watch a show of that type. It's a fabulous experience, and for the individuals involved, it's something that they're going to remember for many, many years. The friendships they made, the experiences they gained, and something as I hope that will, inform and enhance what they move on to choose to do in the future. We had hoped, certainly back in March of 2020, to do a large production for Les Miserables. Very sadly, the very week we were due to show that, on the Monday it was decided that we were not going to be able to host an audience because of the development with the current situation at that time. A decision had to be made, sadly, to finish there, and it was later that week that we went into lockdown. However, we really do hope as the year progresses we will be able to re-engage with those students and with those kinds of activities, because they are so important for those students and for the staff who are engaged in that as well. Likewise, we had planned a tour to northern Italy for a number of our music students. They were going to be based near Lake Garda for a week, and they were going to take part in 5 shows. That again had to be cancelled. This particular image that you'll be able to see here is from a similar trip to Freiburg in Germany back in 2018. Every 2 years, we're on a 2-year cycle there to these kind of visits abroad. But again, we very much hope that that's something that can actually be brought back into play for those individuals. Whether you're in the orchestra, the choirs, you take part in guitar ensembles, whether you want to be a part of a live band of some description that you want to form while you're here, or indeed build on the experiences you've already got from high school, or indeed externally from those environments, we want to encourage and support you to do that. This, for a lot of students, whatever your taste is in music, is a really, really important part of who you are. And those opportunities will be there to continue to develop that as well. This image is a recent one of our netball team. Been the national college champions from 2 of the last 3 years. An outstanding side, outstanding squad. And they're part of an overall provision here at the college, which enables a large number of students who are really committed to their sport to engage in a very, very wide range of different opportunities. There are a significant number involved in competitive sport at Holy Cross, and it's a big part of their experience, of our provision, and an opportunity for you, again, as individual students, to build on where your passions lie in that particular area. Now, it might be at regional level, the Northwest Colleges League that we're engaged in, but it might be nationally and indeed in some cases internationally. We have a number of students who are working at that level currently, outstanding talents, and we want to promote and encourage and support that as well. There'll be opportunities throughout your time to enjoy visits to college from outside speakers to talk about different areas, different career paths, the subjects that you're currently studying. Opportunities also to visit different venues throughout the UK, art galleries, exhibition venues, a whole range of different activities there to support your subject choices. And if you choose to, you can engage in a number of visits abroad. Our music students, as I said, we're in Freiburg in Germany. We hope we'll be going abroad later this year. This particular image are our A-level theology students who were in Rome over Easter recently for a 5-day period there to enhance their particular subject choices. Our German students had an exchange with their peers in Stuttgart in Germany last year. Those students also spent some time here on site with us. Our business studies students were in 2019 in New York and Washington DC for a week. Every year we take a group of students in physics over to Geneva to look at the particle accelerators at CERN. It's a big part of what we study in that particular course as well. All designed to enhance and improve and inform your choices and your ideas which relate to your A-level courses. And so we really want you to engage in and to take those opportunities which are there for you. When the upper 6 finish in the summer and the exams are done and dusted towards the end of June, we always suspend the timetable for the lower 6 for 2 days, so they have an opportunity to enhance and experience a range of different activities they maybe never done before. This particular image is Zorb football. It's 5-a-side dressed up in a big plastic bubble. Great fun, something you might fancy doing. You can choose to stay on site as well to try out archery or learn to juggle for the first time, or to begin to develop your knowledge of a brand new foreign language. You might want to dabble with that, to try that out. Learn to cook for yourself. If you're thinking about obviously moving on to university and very soon becoming much more independent, those might be skills you want to consider. You can go out from college, you can go down to the Trafford Centre to take part in a range of activities there, snowboarding, skiing and so forth, if that's what you fancy as well. It's just about trying something that's a little bit different. Those opportunities may not come along too often, and in that controlled and managed way, as I say, you can engage in those and just to try them and see how things develop. Last year we raised as a college, staff and students collectively, over £5,000 for 20 different charities. Now you might have a charity you're engaged in with now, something that you feel very strongly about, and we're very open to hear of your interests and your ideas in regards to that. This particular image identifies an activity relating to Mental Health Awareness Week, which raised money for that hugely important charity, not least current times now in terms of what we're all experiencing. But it's that kind of support, those opportunities again, that is part and parcel for some individuals, a hugely important element of that time with us. Obviously we couldn't have a prom last year, and we're very conscious that our new lower six, were year 11s last year, first time in many years, the proms at the high school all had to be cancelled, weren't able to take place. A huge shame for those individuals, because it would have been a very special way to mark the end of 5 years at high school. For us, and I don't think you can look at this image and look at that and think that those kids there are having anything other than a fabulous evening. It's a wonderful, wonderful way to mark the end of that time at Holy Cross College. And we're certainly determined to ensure that in the future, where we can, as soon as we can return to those kind of experiences. Because that, as I say, particularly for the new lower six who missed that time and that opportunity just a short few months ago, we want to try and make sure that we can provide them with a wonderful night to mark that time at Holy Cross College. Holy Cross is a Catholic sixth form college, and for me as an individual working here, and I have been here now for a number of years, it is about the environment we look to create for our individual students, and it is about the individuals, to care for that whole person. The academic side is incredibly important, of course it is. We want you to do well, you will want to do well yourselves. But your time with us, importantly as well for us, is an opportunity for us to work with you and develop the different areas and interests and ideas about who you are as an individual. And our general RE programme is a fundamentally important part of that. It's something that you will do each week throughout your 2 years while studying at Holy Cross. This particular quote was from a student who's left us fairly recently. And she says, you know, she's not particularly religious, but she valued the RE programme highly because of the opportunities and the discussions and the ideas that were developed through that particular experience. I'm going to show you a video now, and it's actually presented by a colleague of mine, Beck Hyman, who will be able to articulate the ideas behind this far better than I can. And I think it's really quite a striking element of what this college is about. Whether you have a faith or not is not important, and certainly at the age of 16 it is not our job to dictate what, if any, faith that you have. That's not what's important. What is important is about you committing to the environment that we're looking here to create for you as an individual to develop your time while you're with us.
We are not an exam factory, and you are not the sum total of your academic achievements. At the heart of Holy Cross is our mission, which believes that every person has dignity and value as a unique individual. That's every person. For some of you, this might be your first step into Catholic education, and you might be wondering what to expect. Well, the word Catholic comes from a Greek word, kataholos, and that means according to the whole. That means it's our job to educate the whole of you, not just intellectually, but also socially, culturally, morally, spiritually, and emotionally. But according to the whole also means universally, recognising our shared humanity and interconnectedness as human beings. We don't believe that education should just be a race to see who can get to the top of the ladder, but rather education should be about equipping you with the skills to go out there and serve others and make a difference. We believe that we're stronger together, and when we serve others, we thrive as an individual as well. Our community at Holy Cross is based on gospel values of love, justice, peace, and equality. You'll learn more about these in our General RE programme. RE can help you become more confident in your own views, your own ideas, and your own faith, and also help you to understand and appreciate ideas and faiths different to your own. Everybody has something to contribute to RE, and you might be surprised at just how much you'll gain. General RE is a time in your week where you get to simply be yourself. No deadlines, targets, grades. It's a time about figuring out who you are. You're a person with ideas, beliefs, opinions, values. The aim of RE is to help you to understand those ideas better. It's also about expressing those ideas in a safe and appropriate way. And finally, it's about hearing and appreciating ideas different to your own. It's about real life. It's about helping you get out there in the world, understand that world around you, and help to figure out your place in it. Finally, RE is a really important part of belonging to Holy Cross.
At this stage of the process, often when we're going directly out into high schools, and it's not happening very often now, understandably, because of the current circumstances, we would be talking to you about specific dates that we have in mind for inviting you as individuals, your parents, your carers as well, to come and visit the college, meet our students, talk to them about their experiences. That's a critically important part of those open events. Equally, to meet the staff to talk about the subjects that you're interested in, that they're currently delivering. That isn't possible this term. Certainly we don't expect to be able to host students and visitors for open events. Although that's not to say we don't have plans and hopes and expectations that sometime this academic year we will indeed be able to have you on site and to manage things from then, give you a real direct first-hand experience of what we're about as an institution. What we do hope to provide for you, however, in the meantime, or a series or certainly a particular virtual event which will enable you to engage with the college, to get a feel for its layout, the facilities, the range of subjects that we offer, and we hope as well to provide you with an opportunity to ask particular questions and engage with staff and students to respond to those. That particular structure, and indeed when that goes live and will be available to you, we will communicate as soon as it's ready. And as I say, it's worthwhile keeping an eye on our website for further information about that. The application process for Holy Cross College will run this term, and indeed it will for the vast majority of other colleges. It's really quite important actually to point out that applications to colleges for next September very largely will take place before Christmas. And I think that's something you need to be very, very aware of. The system will be online. You'll access a login facility for you to create an application via our college website, and that system this year will go live on Thursday the 1st of October. It will close at midnight on Friday the 4th of December, so you've got a good 2 months there, approximately 9 weeks, during which you'll have an opportunity to develop that particular application. Now what's important about this, that is not something that needs to happen in one go. Indeed, we'd be very keen to encourage you not to try and complete the application in one go. Revisit your application a few times. Get other people to read about it, read through it, check it's spelled correctly, does it read well? Get the thoughts of your friends, certainly your parents, maybe your teachers as well, about what you're saying, how you've developed that. Because we read what you provide, and that informs us ahead of any interviews, which we will again hopefully be hosting this term, certainly starting that process, taking us through to January and February before we finalise all offers for next September. But those dates are really important. The system goes live on the 1st of October, but it does close at midnight on Friday the 4th. That deadline for us is fixed, okay? But again, be aware, there are other colleges that have deadlines prior to that, and you need to be aware of what they are for the individual colleges that you as an individual might choose to apply to. So what are we looking for when it comes to that application? All right, first and foremost, we want students clearly who know about and have researched and indeed hopefully have a passion for the subjects that they want to study. Now there's a wide range of reasons why you'll have chosen these. They might be brand new and you're interested in them and you just can't wait to get stuck into them and develop your understanding of the different areas. There might be a requirement for a particular career path that you're keen to follow in the years ahead. But you need to know about those subjects because we're going to ask you about them. We need to ensure that we are confident that you understand what you're going to be studying, how they work well together, and indeed, importantly, they're going to lead on to bigger and better things further down the line. We're looking for individuals. They've got a range of different interests. Okay, what do you do with your spare time? How do you engage with other people? What hobbies have you got? How have you developed those over time? How do they then reflect or add to or enhance your plans for the future? We want to talk to you about that. That's what's really important. These are a key part of who you are as an individual. And we want to get to know you. We want to ensure that the particular process you're engaging in is going to be right for you. Last but not least, what we're also going to be looking for is a supportive reference. And the reality is you're writing that now. Things that make a big difference to the success of any student here at college is for them to have a very good attendance record, to be punctual, both in terms of meeting deadlines, turn up the lessons, and the general day-to-day activity and contact with others around the site. These things matter. These are skills and qualities which any employer will be looking for and will be expecting from you. You're writing your reference now, and if you've got any concerns about that, please understand you have time to address that. And certainly as we receive those, which will probably be in the spring term from your school, usually around about the February half term, as I say, you have the opportunity and the time to address any concerns that you might have. If you, quite rightly, quite reasonably, already feel that you're heading for a good reference from your school because of your time and your effort over the course of the last few years, then build on that too. That's a credit to you, and that's something, as I say, reflects quite rightly all the time and effort you've invested to date. So, how do you go about that? Well, you're going to need your own email address. All right. Now, whether that's one that you've got related to your school or you have a private address that you yourself would prefer to use, that's your choice. But you need to remember that. When you set up your application, you will be asked to generate a password to allow you to log into that on a regular basis. Please remember that as well. You'll always be able to log in via the college website. If you forget your password, you will have a facility to reset that. If you've got any questions, any difficulties at any stage, you can contact the admissions team here at Holy Cross and we'll be more than happy to help you out with that. But do understand, once you've created your application, that creates an admissions portal for you as the individual through which we will communicate with you throughout this academic year. You'll be invited to interview through that. Your formal offer will be communicated through the admissions portal through which you will need to work to accept or decline that depending on whatever your choice would be at that stage. Your enrolment appointment for next summer when you get your results, which next year is on August the 26th, we understand at the current time plans reflect that at the minute. And you'll know information about that through this portal from ourselves. Please see this as something that's very, very important. Okay? Remember your email, remember your password, check in regularly, make use of it. Okay? But I'll go back to what I said a little bit earlier on. Please don't rush it. Okay? There's no prizes for being the first to apply. Indeed, we would certainly recognise that people need to spend that time on it. So please do take the time. Do a good job. Do yourself justice. And engage others in the process so they can advise and help you as well. That's the end of this presentation. I certainly hope that what we've said and what we've offered within it give you some idea of what we're about as an institution, the kind of experience our students currently enjoy. But as I say, at the end of the day, we're here to receive any questions, any issues, raise those with us. We're more than happy to help. And as I say, I hope you very much have found this of use to you. Wherever you choose to be next September, all of you are moving on from high school. You have some decisions to make. We want those to be as informed as they possibly can be. Wherever you choose to be, we wish you the very best of luck. And we hope you're very happy and very successful in the choices that you make. Thanks for your time. We hope to hear from you soon. Take care.